Two. Hello everyone, welcome back to Whiz. I'm Priyadarshan, your host and your quiz master. So I have five questions for today and five more answers for yesterday's questions. So without wasting any time, let's get right to it. You might be wondering about the background behind. That's because actually I'm at my cousin's place. So that's my cousin right there. Okay. So hi all of y'all. He is also a budding filmmaker. So his name is Siddhant. If you all are interested, I can drop his IG link in the bio below. Okay, so let's get right to the questions. So yesterday's first question, I had shown you the poster of one particular film, and I had asked you to identify this movie, which was shot in the year 1990. Now the answer is this was based on The Magician, and hence the name was also given similarly. The answer for the question is Houdini. Now moving on to our second question, Douglas R. Hofstadter, he and Amazon, what is the connect? So this person, the answer is that this person was the first one to sell his book on the online platform of Amazon. So his book was the first book to be sold on Amazon.com. Now moving on to our third question for yesterday, which was which actress's first ever commercial was for Camlin pencils when she was just in the ninth grade? Now, I have seen in the comments many of you have guessed it. Some of you have got it right. The answer is Aishwarya Rai. And now moving on to our fourth question for yesterday, which was the first Indian fiction show to complete 2000 episodes. The answer is, so it's not any of the Nagin series if that's what you're wondering about. It is actually Balika Vadhu. So that is the first Indian TV series to complete 2000 episodes. It isn't even Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma for that matter, because I had got a lot of answers giving me that. Okay, and our last question for yesterday, I had shown you an alternative poster for a film and I had asked you to identify the film from that poster. So actually, if you could figure out, in the poster there were two flags, one was India, one was Australia, and this was actually the score of the penalty shootout. So now you would have guessed it, the answer is Chak De India. So the Shah Rukh Khan starrer, that was the movie that we were talking about. Now it's time to move on to today's five questions. So here comes question number one. Visa, call center, rent track, and white label services are some of the services offered by Big Tree Entertainment Private Limited. What first of its kind was set up by this entity in the space of entertainment in India? So I just want you to tell me the name of the entity. Okay, and now moving on to our second question. Name the entity founded by a trio and that has been described by the CEO as a catalog of ideas. So just the fact that I have told you that this is a catalog of ideas should be enough of a clue for you. There were three founders, that's why I said it's a trio. So I want you to tell me the name of this company or this entity or this, if I have to drop in a hint, this social media website or app. Now moving on to our third question. It may have looked like a chamber pot, but the customized version used first by an Englishman in the late 1970s has proved to be one of the more influential innovations in the history of this sport. In the 28 years since its trial run, it has changed the way the game is played today. When the BBC's 20th Century Roadshow rolled into the Edgbaston Indoor School a couple of years ago, the original prototype was dug out by its creator and was valued at £300. It was designed to even withstand a shotgun blast at 10 yards. As the creator puts it, the original design was quite poor and made hearing difficult, resulting in a lot of mishaps in the field. For what reason? Later models were based on different designs. So which piece of sporting equipment are we talking about? And now, for our fourth question for today, what was the contribution of a lady named Carmela Vitali to the world of pizzas and cakes? Okay, it's a very specific answer that I'm looking for, so don't give me fancy answers that, oh, she came up with a certain type of topping or something like that. This is something very specific that I'm looking for. Okay, and now for our last question. It's a three-part question, so I'm going to read you three clues and I want you to tell me the name of a movie. First clue. He is known as Poor Man's Shah Jahan because after his wife died of cancer, he thought of building this or constructing this. Second clue. He worked from 1960 to 1982 to lay the path, which is 360 foot long and 25 foot deep. Third clue. He shortened the distance of which was earlier 70 kilometers to just 1 kilometer. So whatever he constructed reduced the space of something which was 70 kilometers to just 1 kilometer. The destination being a hospital. And if I have to just throw in a hint, I've told you what I'm looking for is the name of the movie. I wouldn't want to tell you who acted in this movie, but I can drop in a small hint by saying this guy has also acted in the Amir Khan starrer Sangharsh. So that is your hint for you. These were our 5 questions for today. So I will be back tomorrow with 5 more questions and 5 more answers. Thank you for coming in. Please not forget to drop your comments, your answers in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I'll be seeing you all tomorrow again. Till then, good night, stay safe and take care. Woohoo!